My mum is my best friend. It took me 24 years to realise this. When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with my mum and posing next to flowers so she could take pictures of the two things that she deeply loved. Her favourites are roses, and these days she asks me to paint them for her. I don't remember having any friends when I was really young because my family moved around a bit before finally settling in Australia. But I had an older clown of a brother and a mum and dad who loved me more than anything. And it was enough. But sometime after I started primary school and after my parents split, it was suddenly no longer enough. And I began to feel ashamed and embarrassed of my mum. I didn't want to be seen with her. I didn't want the kids in my class to know she was different. She has always loved making her own clothes and has a very unique style. She has an accent when she speaks and a laugh so uninhibited. My mum loves doing things the unconventional way. Back then I thought different was a bad thing and that my mum was weird. I now see it as her not being afraid to express her true self, and I admire her so much for the courage that takes. In my quest of fitting in, I rejected and rebelled against my mum. I did a lot of things I'm deeply ashamed of. I'm sure most of us have. But the thing that shames me the most was having no respect for the wonderful woman who raised me, who loved me and who only wanted what was best. The other thing that shames me is how in my teenage quest for love and acceptance, I believed that the only valuable form of it was found in other people, friends and boys. When they didn't love or accept me, I felt like a broken mess. I believed I was all alone in the world, that nobody loved me or was on my side. I never once stopped to realise how disrespectful that was towards my mum. She had loved me unconditionally from the beginning. She was always there when others weren't, and I still pushed her away. I even considered taking my life because of how alone I felt. And I don't even want to imagine what that would have done to her. A mother's love is the purest kind there is. And I took it for granted. I put her through hell. After all the times I told her I hated her, after all the needless arguing, after all the bad decisions I made in regret, after all her tears, she still loves me. And that is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. She is my best friend and ally, and I will never take her love for granted again.